Pimp My Stride, the social category, is a workout completed for time. The workout will start with 5 meters of synchro walk-in dumbbell lunges. You will then move on to your partner chipper for time. Every 3 minutes you will be required to complete more walk-in lunges. The distance will go up by 5 meters each round. Walk-in lunges, we need to make sure that your back knee touches the ground at the same time as your partner, and we stand up tall with fully extended hips at the top of each rep at the same time. On screen now we have an example of some very poor no reps. We need to make sure that both feet start behind the line and both feet lunge beyond the line. If your half your foot is over the line, you'll be required to complete another full lunge. On to the chipper. Our first movement is 100 wall balls shared between you and your partner, one person resting at any one time. The standards of your wall ball, we need to make sure our crease of our hips getting lower than our knees on the squat portion, and we hit the appropriate target at the top position. Here comes a couple of examples of some no reps. So as you can see, we're not hitting depth in our bottom of our squat position, and we're not always hitting the appropriate target either. So we must make sure that we're squatting below parallel and we hit the correct target at the top. For our next movement, we have 100 butterfly sit-ups, which we again are going to share with your partner, one working, one resting at any one time. At the bottom of your rep, you need to make sure we touch the floor behind your head. And as you sit forward, we need to make sure that we touch our toes. The soles of your feet must be in contact at all times. So up next, we have some examples of some bad reps. So he's touching the floor behind his head, which is good. He's only sitting forward far enough to touch the back of his foot and not his toes, not gaining enough hip flexion at the top of each rep. These next bad reps, the hands aren't going behind the head and touching the floor. We're not achieving full extension before each rep. Next up, we have the dumbbell snatch. We have 100 reps to get through between you and your partner. Again, only one working, one resting. So for your dumbbell snatch movement standards, you need to make sure both heads of the dumbbell touch the floor between each rep. We snatch the dumbbell over our head in one clean motion, and at the top of this position, it means to make sure that our knees, hips, elbows and shoulder are fully open and locked out. Okay, here come a couple of no reps for you. So you can see he's clearly not extending his elbow in the lockout position overhead. We need to make sure we fully extend our arm and press that dumbbell overhead. In his next one, we can see that we're not fully extended with our hips or knees at the top position, even though our arm may be fully extended. And his next reps, we can see that only one dumbbell head is touching the floor in between each rep. We need to make sure that both dumbbell heads touch the floor in between reps. Our next movement is 35 reps of 5-meter shuttle runs. You must start with both feet behind the start marker. You must run beyond the marker in front of you, get both feet beyond that marker, bend down and touch the floor with one hand. If you fail to register both feet behind the marker or fail to touch the floor, that'll be a no rep and you'll be asked to run again. Alright guys, so our last movement of the chipper is going to be a 40-meter bear crawl, okay? Both hands must start behind the front marker. Both hands and both feet must go past the rear marker for your length to count. Each length is going to be 5 meters. You can swap your partner as often or as little as you like. You must bear crawl in the forwards direction, and you must make sure you have equal weight distribution in your hands and feet, and we're not just walking with a little bit of grazing of our hands on the floor. That is Pimp My Stride team. Please head to Team Arataz for all of your workout information.